no one there by my side, and time washes clean. You can tell what my favorite episode of Last of Us was just because of that song alone. Hello beautiful bookworms, my name is Katarina and welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing another book haul for you guys. So, skipping right into the book hauls, as per usual, most of these are gifted to me and not bought. Some of them are, but just so you guys know how it works, so I'm going to start and show you what I have here right next to me in this big pile of things. First of all, we have Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo, and this is issue 3. This is by Mark Silvestri and Arif Prianto, and I have to read this. It's just what I have to say. I don't know if the Batman and Joker are working together, or what it is, or if it's just an in-depth of their relationship, or just Gotham problems. I don't know. I am excited to understand that, however, because the art style is pretty, and yeah, excited. Then I have one of the best things in this haul, which is PTSD Radio Volume 2 by Masahaki Nakayama, and I have already read this. I actually read this in the day that it came to me. Well, in the day and then in the day after, but I kind of finished it, like, the amount of hours I finished it in a day. So, yeah, this remains still my favorite horror manga for now. So yeah, a lot of big shoes to get into, and let's see if it continues to be great when they release the 3rd volume of this. Then another one very known on my channel is Shuzo Oshimi. I have Welcome Back Alice Volume 4. This is his new series that has been released in English. I haven't read any of them. I do believe that I'm going to enjoy it since it's about apparently a trans main character. Or rather, a trans main love interest for our main character, who is a boy and notices that one of his old schoolmates, like from the preschool, who was previously a boy, is now a girl, called, I believe, Alice, maybe. So very excited to see how Shuzo Oshimi tackles this. He always does incredible types of stories, mixing like uncomfortable horror thematics with growing up thematics and also genre and sexuality. So very excited for this. Then we have 1721 by Tatsuki Fujimoto, who is the creator of the Chainsaw Man. I've actually watched all of the animation for Chainsaw Man that came out, and I was astounding of how great a series about a dude that has a chainsaw as a head is. And the thematics that it approaches. So, in replacement of getting Volume 1 of the Chainsaw Head, which... Chainsaw Man? Chainsaw Head? What? I got 1721, which is basically an amalgamation of short stories by Fujimoto before he was considered famous, I believe. The art style that he does is pretty incredible, so I'm excited to check it out. Then we have Momo Volume 3, Momo the Blood Taker Volume 3. Haven't read Volume 2. Have read Volume 1, made a review about it, really enjoyed it. So, very excited to see this cover. I don't know who this dude is, but he has a little bit of Alucard vibes, if you've read Elsing, ever. And it's about vampires, and mystery detectives, and murders. It sounds great. Then I have this little thing called Oshi No Ko Volume 1 by Aka Akasaka and Mengo Yokohari. I have no fucking idea what this is about, but apparently it's about idols, which, if you know me, you would say, like, why the fuck are you reading that, because it's not something that actually interests you. However, this appears to be about an obsession that this gynecologist has with idols. Yeah, it's about this man. He's an OB-GYN. And he loves Ayoshino, and she's an idol. She's like a pop idol, rising star. But then they are taken together, and something happens, and it's like a story of an obsession. I have ran through the pages, and there are very dark imagery, and blood even sometimes, so not sure what this is, but it might be like a horror depiction of obsession. If that's the case, I want to read it. Then we have something that my boyfriend got me. I believe that he is now authorizing me to read Monster Smut because he got me this. This is kind of the graphic novel for The Wolf Gift by Anne Rice. The art of this is by Ashley Mary Witter, and it's basically about a werewolf. I don't know specifics of this story. I only know Anne Rice as a author of vampire novels, specifically Interview with the Vampire. I haven't read any of her works, which is kind of strange since I love vampires. But werewolves is not normally the beast that I enjoy the most, because they're very hairy, because they're like beasts, rabid beasts that kill people with their teeth. So do vampires, but it's not the same thing. However, it appears to be interesting, and it says, internationally renowned author Anne Rice turns her unique vision slightly to the left and turns werewolf mythos on its head. So, I don't know, just bring it on, I guess. Then we have a hardcover edition of Summertime Rendering Volume 1. This is by Yasuki Tanaka, and it states in the background, hearing the news of the passing of his childhood friend, Ushio, Shinpei returns to his hometown in the remote island of Hitogashima to attend her funeral. Little does he know that it is the beginning of a summer full of mystery and horror. No one is prepared for the time-twisting adventures ahead that defy life and death. You wouldn't say so from this cover alone, which looks like two people on a beach, but this is apparently a horror thing, so you know that I am in. Also, talking about horror things, I have another 2001, the novel, and this is by Yukito Ayatsuji. If you don't know, I'm a big fan of the anime and the manga for Another, which was previously and firstly a novel written by this person, Yukito Ayatsuji. And now there's a sequel, and it's this fucking big, like more than 500 pages, all text, no art, because it's an actual novel, and I got it because, yes, please, more. So the original Another is about this class where there's been a death, and so because of that, every single year that class has like one more student than it should have, so that they can leave space for the dead one. This kind of sounds very complicated when I explain it like that, but trust me, it's very simple. However, in Another, one dude, there's going to be a cat. Yes, hello. Okay. In Another, this dude that comes from another village goes to that school because he has changed villages. And now he is 1+. So, in order for the dead person still have its space, one of their colleagues must be considered like the dead one and not talk to and not act. But this file save fails, and all of the class starts to die. We do have a sequel, so you know that someone might have survived. I am not sure if the ending is similar in the manga and in the novel. Probably. But I'm very excited to read this sequel. Another book that we have for this book haul is Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. And this is the Illumicrate edition. This is the hardcover. This is printed on the hardcover. You have in the middle a bee, and you have a cut of an hexagon that you can see on the inside is filled with bees, and it's like a bee house, a beehive, and it's just so beautiful, and it's blue with all the goldens of the beehive, and it's about apparently two people. They are very strange people. One of them is a doctoral student, which speaks to me, and the other one is an artist, but they both have I do believe mental issues or mental health issues that they're like trying to work out for some reason, and apparently they're meeting in several different meetings. Time after time will lead them to discover more about themselves and discover like what life is all about and all of this. And it talks about time travel a little bit, I don't know. It looks beautiful. I've already read The Atlas Six by Livy Blake, so I know that I love her writing style. So I'm very excited to pick this one up. This one is beautiful, and I am sure that I'm going to love it. And to finish up this haul, I have Beyond the Promised Neverland by Kai Shirai and Posuke de Misu. This is a collection of short stories that, even though only the last one is deeply connected with the Promised Neverland series, which I do have a review for, I will leave it linked up above. So only the last story is connected with it, and it's kind of like an epilogue of some sorts. The other stories are very intriguing, very enjoyable. They offer kind of like a similar vibe, however, they are entirely different from what happens. I have already read this and greatly enjoyed it, so I do recommend, if you like Promise Neverland, I don't recommend you to read this if you haven't finished The Promise Neverland, because it will have spoilers for the ending of the entirety of the series. I also have the hardcover edition of the fifth of the Sebastian Bergam series, and that is, I don't really know how this is translated, but I will guess that it is The Punishment of Ignorance, or The Ignorance Punishment, or something like that. This series is very, like, in Portugal it has these covers with the animals, and it's kind of known for that. So basically we follow Sebastian Bergam throughout the entirety of the series. I have read the others. I have enjoyed some. I have enjoyed others a little bit less. I am very intrigued about this. Apparently this is a serial killer that kind of does like a Saw style thing, like a reality show where someone that normally lies or is not cultured enough just appears there. He's been kidnapped, or she's been kidnapped, and has to answer a bunch of questions online. If that person cannot, that person will be killed. And so Sebastian Bergam is kind of the one that has to find out who is the person behind all of this. It's also very intriguing since in the fourth novel we left on a major plot point and twist of the story, and so because of that, I cannot wait to see where this is going. I am extremely happy for this one.